What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be taking a look at the Takcom Chimera. Let's get into it. Okay, what we'll be doing today is we're going to do a couple size comparisons, check out the profile, we'll get a weight on this knife, and then we'll jump into my thoughts and impressions of the Chimera. So let's kick it off with some profile comparisons. Here it is against the Migron Moyarl, a more medium-sized EDC. So this to me would definitely be in that full-sized realm as far as OTFs go. And then here it is against the Civivi Vision FG, which it lines up very well with. So there you go, a couple of size comparisons. Let's do a couple more. Here it is against the Spyderco Para 3. And we'll move the Vision FG out of the way. And here it is against the Spyderco Shaman. So more in line with the size of the Shaman. Again, I would constitute this very much as a full-sized EDC. And this one here has a good thickness to it. So it's very hand-filling. And here we go as a comparison against the Shaman. You can see very comparable to the Shaman. The Shaman has just a little bit more thickness, but very comparable. And then we'll bring the Vision FG back out here for another comparison. I got to angle it because of the way the blade comes out. So hopefully you're still able to kind of see these are very comparable in thickness, very similar. So I do like the thickness on there, nice hand filling. We'll get to that in just a second. Here is the weight on the knife coming in at 3.2 ounces. So it keeps changing its mind a little bit as it climbs there. So about 3.2 ounces, give or take. You know, the scales maybe not an exact thing. The Chimera is a very interesting model. This is, again, coming from Takcom. Thank you, Takcom, for letting me take a look at the Chimera. The Chimera, I keep saying Chimera. I love the milling on here. Best tech is the OE. You got a deep carry, reversible deep carry pocket clip. You do have a glass breaker on the back. I would advise you to look at the Vigor from Takcom if you don't like glass breakers on your OTF. This one here is very proud and pronounced, but I don't mind it too much, honestly. I'm quite surprised by that. And again, the milling on here and the little attention to details is very nice. It makes it a little bit different. It's giving you a little bit of flair without being just a plain scale on there. So if you'd like something that's going to break it up. Now, one thing I do like that Takcom has Best Tech doing are these switches. They're grippy without being overly aggressive. One of the things that I don't like from Microtech is they have extremely aggressive gripping here on the switch, which I don't think is necessary. When you're getting your finger on that, you have just enough jimping there to get it to be grippy, but it's not like over the top. It's not going to be so aggressive where it's kind of peeling at the fingerprint there, or the grooves on the fingerprint. And then this one here has really good action, very strong kicking out and very good sounds. I like the sounds on it, and it's got a very strong push. I would give this a 7 out of 10 as far as the push. You definitely don't want to have weak thumbs to deploy it. I like this one here. It's very comfortable. I'm able to get all 4 fingers on it behind, and then it has a little choke up spot, which is different for an OTF. And I kind of like that because I actually put this one to work and opening a bunch of packages that came in, and you know, it's between Black Friday and the holidays when I'm recording this. So I was really using this a lot to get into stuff, and I broke down quite a few boxes. Unfortunately, I forgot to record that one. I did all the other knives that I used to break down boxes that had been coming in, and I totally forgot to do this one. But the 154 cm on this one worked really well. And again, it does have that reverse tanto shape to it. So it's very functional. It is pretty slicey, you know. OTFs aren't usually known for being super slicey, but it's got a relatively nice geometry and it comes down to a really fine edge, but it is a shallow flat grind. So you're going to feel some resistance when you go through the cardboard material. But again, for utility task and for power cuts, this is really comfortable and it works surprisingly well. The only thing I would like to see is I'd like to just see them in future doing taller flat grinds on these. This is a utility shape on an OTF that would be very friendly for EDC. So I would like to see just a full flat grind on one of these. And I've debated sending it out, but I don't know if BGM has ever done OTFs, and I don't know if they would need to charge a little bit extra to take the blade out to do a regrind on this one. The tolerances on this one are really tight, and I'm trying to remember. I feel like the Vigor and the Stinger were tight, but this one feels really like minor play. Like you get the clicks, but it doesn't feel like the blade is moving a ton. So really impressive. The firing mechanism on these ones being manufactured by Best Tech are seriously impressive. I did strop this one. I don't have any paper up here today. I do apologize. I'm sucking right now on the B-roll footage for the cutting of this, and then the paper to test the edge. I did notice, like, I know I went through a lot of boxes, but I did notice that it was starting to tear through the paper when I tested it afterwards, and then it's dropped really nicely. 154 cm. You're getting aluminum, reversible deep carry clip, glass breaker, fantastic switch and firing mechanism. You know, all this for 170 is one of the most affordable OTFs out there that you're going to find outside of like ones with lesser materials or lesser build quality. There are cheaper ones out there for sure, but I mean a quality OTF that you're going to be able to really notice a big difference on with the way it feels that it's been built, how it operates, the type of steel that's being used. This is going to hold an edge a really long time. It came with a good factory fresh edge. So all of that is important, and you know, it's a reputable company that is building these. You know, if you wanted it cheap, you can go out there for like 40 to 60 bucks and get one that has like 440 steel. It did not come with a good factory edge. There's a lot of slop. The finishes and the feel of that do feel less premium. I mean, I'd honestly say it feels cheap in comparison. And I think I left it downstairs, yeah, because I was going to actually try to sharpen it up and come back to it because it is 440 and it does have a hollow grind, but I do want to do a cut test with that one, so that'll be coming in the future. But the Chimera is really nice. You know, I know 170 seems like a lot, and yes, you can get the live wire for like 230, which is USA made, but that is over that $200 price point, and this brings it underneath, and the quality is there. And I like the little attentions to detail and the things that Takcom tries to do a little bit different with their OTFs. And I know I'm not a big OTF channel. They just became legal here this past year in Virginia, so I'm just getting acquainted with them, but I really do like them. I love the ones that have, you know, drop point or reverse tanto or sheep's foot style blades. The only thing I'd like to see from those manufacturers are just the taller flat grinds, making them more slicey behind the edge because they would be good for cutting task. I feel like these are still being designed for like a little bit of a heavier use. Like I actually think you could whittle with this one here, and I think it would take it. Like it feels stout. What do you think about the Chimera? Let me know down in the comments. I enjoyed my time with it. I really like this. I may see if anybody in the pass around group is interested in this. I know not everybody that is a reviewer in that pass around group can look at these because they're not legal in their area, but even then I think sometimes they do like to check these out. I really enjoyed it. I was very surprised. Again, just super ergonomic. The build quality and the function of a reverse tanto is very much like a Warncliffe and a sheep's foot. Really good for utility work, for working on cutting tasks. It performs really well. Draw cuts, all of that. Shout out to everyone out there that leaves the likes, the comments, that is subscribed and uses the links. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.